Hello students, myself Sheetal Bukkawar, and today we'll see the earth stations of satellite communication network. As you know, the earth stations are playing very important role in the satellite communication network, as these are used for transmitting and receiving the information from the satellite, and at the same time transmitting or receiving it or providing it to the end user. The fundamental parameter of the earth station is actually a G by T ratio, that is antenna gain to the temperature ratio. If this ratio is very high, then you can say that that earth station is very sensitive. So it is a measure of sensitivity of an earth station. Now design considerations of earth station. While designing the earth station, we should have some parameters in our mind so that deciding the exact structure of the earth station. The first point amongst that is type of service. That is, for which service this earth station will work, whether it is a fixed satellite service, mobile satellite service, or broadcast satellite service. Depending on that, the earth station structure will differ. Then again, we should think that for what type of communication we are using it, whether it is used for telephony, data, or video transmission, that is television. Also, we should think that what should be the signal quality required at the destination. For example, if it is used for the military signals transmission and reception, it should have a very good quality of signals. So in that case, earth station design will differ. The basic design of the earth station will be same, but there will be slight modifications in the design of earth station depending on its requirement. Also, the traffic requirements also should be kept in mind while designing the earth station. Now, traffic requirements means what? What are the number of channels are required? That is, how many number of users are going to access that earth station? Then type of traffic, that is whether it is used for the continuous or bursty type of data transmission. And last but not least, the cost and the reliability of the earth station. So these are some important design considerations of the earth station. Now let's see what is the basic block diagram of the earth station, or what is the general configuration of an earth station. Before that, see, this is the picture of an earth station of a satellite. Okay. So this is what a general configuration of an earth station. You can see there are various blocks of the earth station. Now here, if we want to explain this block diagram, you can see there is one interface is used between the earth station and between the users. So signals from the terrestrial links are fed to the earth station via this interface. After the signal coming from the terrestrial link, it goes for the baseband processing, like filtering and low noise amplification and all. After that, first we'll see there are two links in this earth station. One is the transmitter link, that is this one, and one is the receiver link, that is this one. So after the baseband processing, the signal goes to the modulator, where the modulation of the signal is done. After that, it goes to the up converter, where the frequency of this modulated signal is increased or is converted to a suitable frequency of satellite communication. Before giving the signal to the antenna, the signal is first amplified using the high power amplifiers. After amplification, the signal is given to the feed system. Now what is feed system? feed system plays a very important role in the Earth station. The feed system is actually provides the necessary interface between the transmitter and receiver. That is, it isolates the transmitting and receiving signals. It also provides the necessary aperture illumination and also introduces the required polarization. That is, whether it is a linear polarization or circular polarization. And finally, the signal is given to the Earth station antenna for transmission towards the space segment or satellite. This is what the transmitter link of the Earth station. Talking about the receiver link of the Earth station, the signal is first received by the Earth station antenna, and that signal is received from the satellite. It again goes to the feed system where the signal is given to the receiver link as feed system is isolating the transmitter and receiver signal. The signal is first amplified using low noise amplifier, and then it is down converted to a suitable frequency. After low noise amplifier, when signal is given to the down converter, it is given to the tracking system also. Now this tracking system is very important here. This signal is used for tracking the satellite position in the space. So this Earth station will be tracking a satellite using the received signal. According to the control signals provided or produced by this tracking system, the drive motors will move the antenna. Drive motors will decide the elevation and azimuthal angle of the antenna so that the Earth station antenna will be in a clear view or in a continuous contact with the satellite antenna. After down conversion, the signal is demodulated, then baseband processed, and using a proper interface, it is given or transmitted to the end user or to the terrestrial system. This is what the configuration of an Earth station. So major subsystems of an Earth stations are antenna, feed, tracking, low noise amplifier, and high noise amplifier. Another important block or another important system of the Earth station is antenna subsystem. In Earth station antennas, there are two types of antennas. One is axisymmetric configuration and one other is asymmetric configuration. In axisymmetric configuration, we have three types of antennas. First one is prime focus feed, second one is Cassegrain and Gregorian antenna. So Cassegrain and Gregorian is actually considered as one type only because there is a slight change. So let's see what is prime focus feed. As we all know that in Earth station antenna, we use paraboloid reflectors. So prime focus feed antenna is also use a paraboloid reflector. This is what the structure or arrangement of a prime focus antenna. Now here you can see there is one paraboloid reflector which is a main reflector, and the sub reflector is kept another antenna or feed, you can say. This antenna is acting as a feed. This is a horn antenna which is acting as a feed, is kept in front of the paraboloid reflector. So it is kept like the paraboloid reflector, that is the main reflector, at the direction of Earth. You should see that what is the direction of Earth. Now when the signals are received from the satellite, these are first gone to this main reflector. From this reflector, the signals are reflected back and gone to the focus or to the feed. Now, this feed will collect this reflected signal and is given to the receiver link of the earth station antenna. In the same way, when the signal is transmitted from the earth station antenna, it is first given to this horn antenna, which is acting as a feed here. That is known as primary feed. Then that signal is transmitted towards the reflector, from where the signals are reflected back towards the satellite. So this is what a primary feed configuration. But there is one disadvantage of this type of antenna, and that disadvantage is because of this feed, which is kept at focal point of this reflector, parabolic reflector, some part or some aperture of the antenna is getting blocked. So this disadvantage is actually overcome in the asymmetric antenna. Now, the next configuration of the axisymmetric antenna is a Cassegrain antenna. This is what one of the picture of the prime focus feed antenna you can see. And generally these prime focus feed antennas are used for the small earth stations only, where economic solution can be provided and the scheme is simple. So moving towards the Cassegrain and Gregorian system, both antennas are same, but the difference is Cassegrain antenna is using a subreflector, which is a hyperboloid in structure, whereas Gregorian configuration uses the subreflector, which is a ellipsoid in the structure. So you can see here in the Cassegrain configuration, this is what the main reflector is. Now here, there is one subreflector is kept at the focus point of this parabolic reflector. So the focal point of this main reflector and subreflector will be same, that is S1. And the feed, that is the horn antenna, which was kept here in the previous prime focus feed configuration, is now kept at the main reflector. Now here what happens, when the signal is transmitted using the earth station, the signal is transmitted by this horn antenna. It goes towards the subreflector. From this subreflector, the signal is again reflected back, which goes to the main reflector, and again it reflected back and goes towards the satellite. In the same way, when the signal is received, first the main reflector will receive the signal, from where the signal is reflected back towards the subreflector, and from subreflector the signal is again reflected back and collected by this feed system, which is placed at the S2 point. Now here also, in some or another way, we are blocking some aperture of the main reflector antenna. This is what the disadvantage of this axisymmetric antennas. So this is Cassegrain configuration. This is Gregorian configuration. Now you can see the structure is same. That is the focal point of this ellipsoid subreflector, as it is a Gregorian antenna, and the main reflector antenna, which is a parabolic reflector, is same, that is S1. At S2 point, the feed is placed. The working of the Gregorian configuration is same as that of the Cassegrain configuration. So the disadvantage is also same, that is, it is blocking the aperture of a main reflector. Now to overcome these disadvantages, we came up with the asymmetric focal feed. These are some of the pictures of the Cassegrain antenna. So asymmetric configuration, where the blockage of aperture by the feed and the subreflector assembly is reduced, and that's why the efficiency of the antenna is increased. Now how to overcome this limitation of blockage of aperture of main reflector? By offsetting the mounting arrangement of the feed. Now how it has been done, you can see here. This is what our main reflector is. This is what the subreflector is, and this is what the feed is. Now you can see the axis of main reflector subreflector and feed is not at all same. So because of that, when the signal is transmitted by the earth station antenna, it goes first towards the subreflector. Now, the position of main reflector and subreflector is decided such that all the signals which are incidenting on the subreflector will be reflected towards the main reflector only. And from that, it has been transmitted towards the intended direction. In the same way, when the signal is incident on the main reflector, it is first reflected towards the subreflector, and from that it is reflected towards the primary feed, which is an horn antenna, where the signals are collected and then provided to the receiver link of the earth station. So here the main disadvantage of axisymmetric antennas, that is blockaging of the main reflector aperture, because of which the antenna efficiency is reducing, that is overcome. So this is all about the general configuration of the earth station and the antenna subsystem of the earth station. Thank you.